and close. The Political Machine 2012. Yay! Go and select the game window. Now my start menu is remaining popped open. This is why we can't have nice things. Start menu, go away. Is it because I have you windowed? It is. I guess it's not gonna auto-hide anymore. Because God help if you do things I want you to do. Look, I said auto-hide, goddammit. There is notifications. No. You know what? Fine. You can stay up. I don't even care. Alright. So I figured I'd just go ahead and play a game of this. I haven't really played a lot of Political Machine in a while, other than that one game I played with SKS. For anyone who's unfamiliar with the Political Machine 2012, it's a sequel to the Political Machine 2008, which Stardock made. It's a little simulation game. It's a light fare, which simulates the whole election process. You know, other games have been made to simulate the American presidential election race, but this one works, and it's actually modern, and I don't have to go over my ass to get to my elbow to make it work on my computer. Whee! Well, of course you can't see the start window on feed, because it's not going to show up on the feed. It's something that's bothering me. See, whenever I complain about things, it's because I care about things. You think I care about what you people see? Goddamn little shits. Alright. Anyway, the option should be fine. Let's go ahead and click New Game. What is this shit? Well, I am broadcasting. And the only time I really played Political Machine 2012 was against SKS. I'm too used to Political Machine 2008. Okay, cakewalk, easy, simple, beginner, normal, challenging. I'll do a simple, normal game for now. We'll have starting funds of 100%. And we'll go with a medium-sized campaign. I am Grimith Reaper, and this is Campaign 2012. I won't be randomizing any values. Okay. Now, the initial setup for this game involves at first picking a candidate whom you're going to represent. There are two parties in the game, Democrats and Republicans, which each have their own sort of proclivities. They have their own sort of viewing voter bases who side with them. You've got, of course, your presidential candidates who ran in the 2012 election. You've got, where are you at, Obama? You've got Barack here. Whee! And then you've got Mitt Romney. You've got female candidates. You've got Michelle Obama, for example. You've got Hillary Clinton. You've got historical candidates like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. And then you have Donald Trump. Whee! You have people like Bill Clinton, former presidents. And you have Al Franken. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of values in the game, which determine various influences and effects and what have you. Ron Paul is here. Wow. You've got the three most important characteristics in regards to their value are stamina, money, and fundraising ability. This is a turn-based game. Stamina determines how many stamina points you have, which is basically how many actions you can take during a turn. Money influences initial funds. with more points and that being more money, more stamina. Fundraising ability determines how effective your character is at fundraising. Those are the three big ones. Then you have a bunch of little ones. You have charisma, which increases the effectiveness of speeches and advertisements. You have appearance, which increases the effectiveness of interview appearances. Credibility increases the effectiveness of negative ads and decreases the effects of negative ads the opponent makes. You have experience, which makes it easier to win endorsements by decreasing their political capital cost. Intelligence, which increases the responses available during an interview. Media bias, which determines how much the press likes your candidate, which can sway independent voters. Minority appeal, which increases the amount of awareness generated in areas with a large minority demographic. And religious, which increases the amount of awareness generated by campaign headquarters in areas with a large religious demographic. So you can see, for example here, Sarah Palin has a lot of stamina, and she's very charismatic, and she looks great. But we get to, like, experience and media bias and minority appeal. She doesn't have a whole lot of that. Ronald Reagan here, he's pretty good, especially with charisma and fundraising ability and starting money. You have someone like Ron Paul, who doesn't have a whole lot of money to start with, and he's not very charismatic. And he definitely does not have minority appeal. And then you have motherfucking Theodore Roosevelt, who doesn't have a whole lot of media bias. Come on, he's fucking Theodore Roosevelt. How could you not be biased? And a bunch of values like that. You have Abraham Lincoln up here, who doesn't have a whole lot of starting money. He doesn't look great. But he's got a lot of factors going for him. I have my own character created that I use to goof around in the game. Maybe like less than a week ago. He's Wyatt Westphall. He's a beanhead. And of course, whenever you make your own candidate, you can change how he looks, and you can also influence his starting statistic points. Of course, I have a tendency to minimize and maximize things. It's nice that you can just play around with a candidate's values just to goof around a bit. So, my candidate here that I'm going to be trying to get elected is Wyatt Westphall here. And his opponent will be... You know what? We need a challenge. We need to run against Theodore motherfucking Roosevelt. There we go. Theodore Roosevelt. He'll kick your ass. He got shot during a speech. Still kept doing the speech. That's how badass Theodore Roosevelt is. Westphall versus Roosevelt. Alright, I'll go ahead and leave the tutorial open. So, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the election process when it comes to the president in the United States of America, essentially, the presidential election is not a popular vote, but it's a state-based vote. There's a number of electoral votes that are open for grabs, and almost all of the states, the person who wins the popular vote in that state gets all of those electoral votes. You acquire a certain number of electoral votes, you win the presidential election. Now, the electoral vote system was created as a way for there to be a decisive determination of president long ago. There also wasn't a convenient way to actually accrue a popular vote for every single person. The United States of America is not a democracy, it's a republic. You select your candidate, then right-click on a state to move there, now take action. Take action to win the state you're in. Raise your awareness in each state, no awareness equals no votes. And match your stance on issues to win like-minded voters. Something I forgot to cover is that every candidate also has stances on different issues, which will influence voters in the game. You have a certain number of issue points that you can choose to accrue things. I like to pick safe picks that all Republicans, Democrats, and independent voters like. So, it is a turn-based game. I have a limited amount of time. Theo, the computer will actually take his turns during the same time as you, but for the first turn he won't. We've got some polling data, which initially starts here on the first turn of 41 weeks. This shows voter proclivities. There's not a whole lot of awareness, but you're seeing traditional Republican states here, which are slanted for Theodore Roosevelt. You're seeing traditional Democrat states here, which are slanted for me, because my candidate's a Democrat, and South Carolina, which is a Republican state, is going my way, because my candidate is from South Carolina. Theodore Roosevelt is from New York, and that state is still pretty even, because New York tends to be more Democratic. You have awareness. There's not a whole lot of awareness spread around yet, because this is only the first turn. Electoral votes is your biggest motivator in the presidential election. To win the game, to win the presidential election, you need 270 electoral votes. And so, you'll want to target major states that have a lot of electoral votes. Texas, California, New York, Florida, Ohio, Illinois. Really, the Northeast is pretty strong. You have state wealth. These are the states that you'll want to focus on most for fundraising efforts. California, Texas, and New York. There are advanced options that allow you to completely randomize these variables. And strategy planning, which can allow you to sort of strategize what states you need to get in order to get to 270 electoral votes. At any rate, we start with $1.5 million, courtesy of what I have for my starting character's wealth. We have the maximum stamina possible, 14 out of 14. Assets, we start with a little campaign headquarters in South Carolina, which increases awareness there slightly, and it gives $10,000 a month. We have no clout, which is used to win endorsements from major organizations, or political capital, which is used to hire people who will help you in the presidential race. We have poll statistics. We have basically certain percentages here. We just went for the whole viewership thing. We'll keep on the polling data for now. We can create an ad, which will consume, I think, 3 stamina, maybe 4. Giving a speech, which consumes 5 stamina. Fundraising, which will consume 3. Building a headquarters, I know, consumes 4. And special interest doesn't consume any stamina, but it consumes clout as well as political capital. Alright. At any rate, what I'm going to do is what I have a tendency to do with every California candidate. Well, for starters, I'm going to actually build up my campaign headquarters here so that it generates more money. Nah, I don't care about South Carolina, fuck it. We're flying to California! Woo! Now that my candidate arrives in California, there's a slight awareness boost of 2%. 7% of voters actually know about me. I'm going to go ahead and build a headquarters here. You have 3 choices of headquarters you can build. A campaign headquarters, which helps to raise money and gives you an awareness bonus. A consulting office, which generates political capital. And an outreach center, which generates clout. I'm going to go ahead and build a campaign headquarters here. It'll cost me $250,000, and it'll eventually get that back in 25 weeks. Yay! Now I'm going to go ahead and build an upgrade to that headquarters. This will cost me $500,000, and I would earn that back in, what, like another 20 weeks? You really don't make your money back off of these, but that's not exactly what they're for. And with my 5 stamina remaining, I will give a speech. I support the deficit reduction. Speeches are a great way to influence issues, to get people to think about things. Speeches primarily go off your charisma, but also some appearance. And if you're making a negative speech, then it'll use your credibility as well. I favor the deficit reduction. I want to reduce spending and lower our debt here in this great nation. Yes, how are we going to do that? That's not important. What matters is that I like it. Yes. Yes, it's a great idea. I fully support it. Absolutely, not a problem. There we go. This week, aspiring President Westphall hit California to speak about support for deficit reduction. And now, because I said in the first turn, the computer apparently gets his turn separate from me. He stopped in Ohio to build a little PR clout center. He stopped in Texas to build an election headquarters. And now he's gone up to, well, up there. And now, you see, he's taking his turns at the same time as me. So if they're like events that you want to beat the AI to, you need to move first. We're not in any particular rush. He's gone to Florida, built a little election headquarters. It's not a problem. What we're actually going to do here is, we have awareness of 22%. We have some money. We're going to fly around some places and just visit and say hello. I do want to go to Texas, poke my head in, say hi. I want to build a consulting office, which will help give me some political capital. Yep. I'm then going to go to Florida. Pop in, say hello, and I'm going to build an outreach center, which will give me some political clout. And those will slowly accrue. I can upgrade those centers later, but it's not a big deal right now. Then I'm going to pop in back to California. Whee! Get so much money you'll throw it away just to elect some dude. And then, it's not exactly the most efficient to do a fundraising thing now, with only 24% awareness, but I gotta do something with these action points. So I'll get $470,000 from a fundraiser, and that's with only a quarter of state awareness. California is really awesome for fundraising. Yay! Oh, there's an event there. Oh, he beat me to it first. What did he get? A scandal monger, which lowers, my integrity by half in target state. That fucker. How dare he. I'm gonna go ahead and give some speeches. My opponent opposes deficit reduction. It's true. Theodore Roosevelt, he's nothing more except for big spending, man. It's rude. And you know what else? My opponent opposes reducing employment. He wants to increase unemployment. What a dick, right? Kentucky hates me. And then we'll pop back into Florida, because we can. Hello, Florida! How are you doing? It costs a little bit of money to fly to places. Hello! And I can't exactly fundraise. It wouldn't be efficient to fundraise here, but I do have the actions. I'll go ahead and just to collect a little bit of money. Because I can. Alright, let me go ahead and actually upgrade this outreach center. Get some more political clout coming in. I will give a speech. I favor the deficit reduction. Yay! That's right, I favor it. Look at me, I'm awesome. And then I'm going to give a speech saying that I support Social Security. Yay! Isn't that awesome? Special interest, I'm going to go ahead and hire an operative here. I want to make my speeches better. The speech writer will be with me for the rest of the game. I don't have to place him anywhere on a state. He'll increase my charisma and make my speeches even more effective. The minutiae of every single syllable spoken by a presidential candidate in a public forum is analyzed and broken down by political pundits everywhere. After any speech given by an aspiring president, the speechwriter ensures that Westphall is getting the proper message across to voters everywhere. I know, he does look so sad. Now, something that's important in this game, as it is in many other strategy games, is to increase money flow, to sort of stabilize that as best as you possibly can. I'm going to give another speech. I support Israel. That increases my appeal with everyone. Yay! I go ahead and do another little just dinky fundraising thing here. Collect a little bit of money. I'm going to fly here to Texas. I'm going to upgrade the political capital center I've got here. Back to California. Again, focusing on important states for now. There's plenty of time in the presidential race. I don't have to go too crazy here. Any negative effects for going back in the word? Well, I mean, then you're just being sort of like counterintuitive, and you're shooting yourself in the foot. I support something. No, I'm against something. People are like, what the fuck? We can go ahead and take a look at the top state issues here in California, for example. People know that I care about the deficit reduction as a key part of my platform, along with reducing unemployment. And these are the top 3 issues in the state of California. They really care about that. So consequently, they're favoring me more. Whereas in Texas here, for one, they don't know a whole lot about me compared to Theodore Roosevelt. And while they do like reducing unemployment, the Republicans here hate Obamacare. And Theodore Roosevelt hates Obamacare. Whereas because I'm with the Democratic Party, I'm being slanted in that same category. I also oppose tax cuts. And apparently Republicans here strongly favor tax cuts. Stuff like that. Is there a speech on supporting breathing? Alright, weekly news wrap-up. We've got some new headquarters that came in. We've got a campaign speech that I said about speaking out on the topic of supporting Israel. Wyatt Westphall took to the stage in Florida this week to address the voters in that state. Always wanted to pull a large crowd, the charismatic candidate charmed his way through the audience. Wyatt is just such a personable person, one audience member gushed. His speeches always bring a smile to my face. And you have all sorts of cute little things like that that'll actually pop up the entire time. For example, we'll see the scandal monger here that Theodore Roosevelt got. A sneaky know-it-all, known by experts as the scandal monger, has joined forces with Theodore Roosevelt to dig up any possible dirt on their opponent, which has my integrity in the state the scandal monger is in. Theodore Roosevelt has also won the endorsement of the Tea Party, which gives him more influence. He also won the endorsement of the U.S. Chamber of Business. Your opponent has more endorsements than you. That's because Theodore Roosevelt has more experience than me. So it's easier for him to get endorsements. And you can see now, much of the country is leaning towards Republican because of all the favoring bonuses. And it is harder for me. I bet that is fucking SKS, isn't it? Fucking SKS, the scandal monger. That's what it is. Now, I do have some political clout that I can use to win an endorsement, but my candidate doesn't have that much experience, so I don't have enough. Whereas Theodore Roosevelt just got 2 endorsements. So I can expect to have a harder race due to the fact that I will not win the endorsement side of things. I do have another operative I can hire here. I want him to be a fashion consultant, which will make my advertisements be more effective. Now, I haven't made any advertisements yet, but I will. Eventually. But for now, let's go ahead and give some speeches. I favor reducing unemployment. Let's see here. I favor alternative energy. That's right, goddammit. We'll go ahead and fundraise here again, because I can, and get $538,000. And now we're going to fly to New York. I said we're gonna fly to New York. Or maybe we won't. Yeah, we'll fly to New York. Whee! There I go. In my turn. Go ahead and win the endorsement of the Environmentalist Club. The Environmentalist Club is an organization dedicated to protecting the environment of our world. They support laws that protect the environment. Because I care about that. There's also an interview opportunity for Theodore Roosevelt that he is apparently not going to. There's also an interview opportunity for me at Barry King Live. Now, in the interest of actually showing you the interviews, which my character is not the best at, he only has average intelligence, I will go ahead and show you that. But first, let's go ahead and I'll make a campaign headquarters here. We'll give a speech. about reducing unemployment. We'll, do a little bit of fundraising, because why the fuck not? And then we'll go to Barry King Live. You've been invited to appear on Barry King Live. This is a softer show where the questions will be more about character issues. Barry King Live is generally a show you will want to be on. You'll be able to get your message out to the people while avoiding answering questions that may alienate voters. Its popularity will ensure you reach a wide audience. Tonight on Barry King Live, I can't read the teleprompter because it's scrolling too fast, so I'll just make something up. Banana Monkey Robot Ice Cream Automobile. Grass Pot Weed Ganja Lady Jane Anne Marie Indiana. Hey, I don't know about you, but I was around 1960 to know a little something about marijuana. Would you consider legalizing it in America? A nation inhales in anticipation of your answer. Dun dun dun. I think it should automatically go through like it did the first one. Let's see here. I would call for legalization of marijuana with an appropriate tax to pay for additional programs to get people off harder drugs and integrated back into society. Prohibition has never worked. You could say, I'm high right now? Or illegal drugs are a blight on society, and marijuana is the gateway drug to the harder stuff. I'm for even tougher enforcement. We need to get the drugs off the streets. And you do have a limited amount of time to respond. The next president will face some of the most dangerous and difficult issues in our history. I'm terrified to go outdoors, and you're talking to a guy who grew up on the mean streets of Brooklyn. With that in mind, let's say you get elected in November, you're inaugurated in January, you redecorate, you spend a few weeks cleaning your predecessor's junk out of your office, you get your pencils all lined up on your desk. After that, what will be the initial, primary focus of your presidency? Lower taxes lead to prosperity? I need a vacation? Repeal Obamacare? Winning the war on terror? The environment is critical. Say, the environment. Global climate change is the single most important issue facing the world today. Without a stable planet, none of the other issues matter much. Winning the war on terror. The world is a scary place and we don't know who's out there waiting for us to let our guard down. Repeal Obamacare. I need a vacation. Lower taxes. The environment is critical. It's a safe thing. I'm afraid we've run out of time tonight. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to come into the studio. Hooray! Westphall makes case to voters. Polls rise after appearance on Barry King Live. And now I'm going back to California to think about how awesome I am. Whee! Let's go ahead and we're going to hire another operative. We'll make a PR consultant. I could have done that before, which would have actually made the interviews more effective, but I didn't. I forgot. The media is a vicious institution that jumps on any unfavorable candidate's mistakes like a lion on a well-cooked steak. The PR consultant lives and breathes damage control and media manipulation. Hooray! Let's go ahead and, give a speech about how awesome I am. I care about alternative energy, everyone. Theodore Roosevelt has won the endorsement of the Christian Confederation. Of course he would. He'll get more endorsements than I will, for sure. And, with my 100% awareness now, I will devote my remaining stamina to raising money. Yes! Yes! I now have more money than what I started with. Yes! Yes! Which will be very useful for me. Obviously, we need to ensure that I have a greater income flow, so we're going to be working on that. That's right. Yes, Train. Money. All of the money, Train. Absolutely, without a doubt, Train. You tell him. That's a good Train. I'm going to upgrade this office here so I secure cash flow. I'm then going to... there's actually a random event there that I can access. And it appears Theodore Roosevelt was not interested in it. So I didn't have to beat him to the punch. Let's see here. I want to hire a webmaker here later. For now, I will hire a webmaster. For now, I will hire a spin doctor, which increases my issue ratings in a target state. You can actually move these guys around. The other guys are little guys who have to stay in a state that you send them to. Train says played Train Simulator 2012. Let's go ahead and get some more money. Because really, what is life without more money? Money, money, money! See, 6 plus 4 is 2. Go there 1. Come back for 0. Alright. Or I build that, I'd have 3. 2, 1, 0. No, I'm not making any sense. Let's go ahead and fly to New York. Whee! Gonna go ahead and upgrade this headquarters here. So I'm making more money. I have a higher weekly income. I'm gonna go ahead and pay a visit to the question mark here. See what it is. Time Waster, who depletes your remaining stamina. That's why I'm a little wary of the fucking question marks. Because I had some points left, and they're all completely gone. Back in my day, we didn't have fancy aeroplanes to move around. The only way to campaign in the next state would be to hitch 27 stray cats to a wheeled soapbox. Always good for a pointless story, a retired politician has invited Wyatt Westphall to his hunting lodge for a visit. Since refusal will be viewed as a discourtesy, the candidate for president has been forced to suspend all other actions this week to make time for the aging politician. God damn it, old people. Fucking hate old people. Alright. We're going to New York. I'm gonna upgrade this the rest of the way. Theodore Roosevelt won the endorsement for the National Foreign Policy Committee. I cannot win any endorsements yet, due to my lack of political capital. Theodore Roosevelt's actually going to take all of the Republican endorsements and actually bleed on into Democrat endorsements as well. It's just a thing that's going to happen. Oh, he's got a little advertisement there. That's nice. You're doing a good job. Asshat. Let's go ahead and give a speech. I favor reducing unemployment. True story. Gonna do a little bit of fundraising here. Not earn as much money, but I want to save my cash cow, California, because I'm going back. Yeah! I'm gonna go ahead and hire an operative. Gonna go ahead and make a smear merchant here. And, that'll be it for now. Yes, yes, Roosevelt, easy eating Westphall's dust after first weeks of campaign. Bolting like a hungry cougar out of the starting gates, Wyatt Westphall has taken an early lead in the polls, leaving opponent Theodore Roosevelt several steps behind. However, experts are quick to urge Westphall not to get cocky. Don't dismiss Roosevelt yet, one pundit noted. With both candidates just getting started, it's much too early to predict a winner. At the Westphall camp, staff members are thrilled with the early results. Roosevelt can kiss my Democrat butt, one intoxicated staff member exclaimed during a campaign party. In my eyes, he's already lost. Like I've been saying, you just don't mess with my man, President-to-be Wyatt Westphall. Let's go ahead and win the endorsement of the National Association for Women. This is why SKS hates me so much. The National Association for Women is an organization dedicated to promoting the rights of women, in particular ensuring the continued right to reproductive freedom, promoting equal treatment of sexes. Don't you think it would be better to hold a speech on keeping kids locked in camps till later? Alright, let's go ahead and hire a webmaster now. Because now that we've gotten 1/4 of the way through the game, it's time for me to do the strategy that broke SKS. This is a strategy I honed in Political Machine 2008. Let's create a fuck ton of advertisements. Now, when you create an ad, it costs 3 stamina. There are 3 outlets you can choose: newspaper, radio, and TV. Newspaper is the most local. It really only influences state changes. You got radio, that's an average between newspaper and TV. And then you have TV, which influences state shit as well as national shit. It helps to increase national awareness. It costs the most. It costs $450 just to set up and cuts into weekly expenses as well. But it's great. For example, I favor the deficit reduction. God damn it. And you'll see some of the shit already changed. Let's go ahead and raise some money. You know what? My opponent opposes the deficit reduction. He wants to make us owe more money to China. I attack the Roosevelt record on deficit reduction. That's right, Ednar. That's what all the money goes to. Advertisements. Go ahead and raise some more money, and since I only have 2 stamina points, I can just go ahead and visit some places. So we'll go ahead and visit some places. We'll visit Texas.
Hello.
And we'll visit Florida. Hello. Oh, we have another interview thing that popped up. Theodore has won the endorsement of the National Gun Owners Association. How could he not go after that first, right? There's a question mark there, which he has not gone to. Who's this interview with? The Cold Cut repertoire? That might be risky. I'll have to save 1 point for that. I'll go ahead and swing back up there in a bit. Going back to California. It's not King of Dragon Pass? What? You don't believe me, man? Come on. It's totally King of Dragon Pass. How could you not accept that? Do you even... Okay, it does actually have 2012 in its database. You're doing a good job, Twitch. You're doing a good job. Figured I'd check. Let's go ahead and we'll create another advertisement. You know what? I favor reducing unemployment. Go ahead and we'll make another guy. We'll make an intimidator, which lowers opponents' awareness by 4 per week in state. I'll just go ahead and keep him here. I love the stat, California. And I'll go ahead and create an ad that says, but my opponent opposes reducing unemployment. He wants to put people out of jobs. That bastard. I'll go ahead and fundraise one more time. And then I'll go to this advertisement up here. Well, this interview opportunity up here in Maine. Way cattle raid, Texas. And I'm leaving that question mark behind, because fuck it, I got burned by the last one. Would you like to appear on Cold Cut Repertoire? This show is a satire of other news programs, particularly the O'Malley Scenario. It follows the extremely popular satire news show, The Daily News, with host Stuart Johnson. Don't let the comedy fool you. The host, Cold Cut, knows his stuff. Send your candidate on a hero quest. Here you go, folks. Tonight on the Cold Cut Repertoire, after only 4 years of campaigning, tonight's guest wants to be president. Ha! I could do 4 years standing on my head. Where's my Oval Office? I don't know about you, but the ever-rising gas prices are starting to get on my nerves. My Hummer only gets 8 miles to the gallon, and I'm starting to worry that once I have the solid gold engine installed, it will get even worse. As president, do you think you can do anything about it? See, we should push for alternative energies. My driver fills my limo with gas. Start hitting the bus or train. I'm not surprised that the price of gas is ridiculous. As president, I would spearhead a push for alternative energies with incentives for electric vehicles and hybrids. My goal would be to get America out of the grip of the greedy oil companies once and for all. There you go. That's speaking to the people right there. We all know the Bible and the Constitution are pretty much the same thing. As president, what will you do to ensure the godless heathens don't plunge their fist in the chest of America and rip out its Christian heart? God damn it. See. America is welcome to all faiths. Let's relive the Crusades. Heck yeah, I'm still deciding whether I'll lead a McCarthy-esque witch hunt against Sharia law, go for the gusto with a full-on internment of Muslims and atheists. No! America is a place of great faith that is also a place of a great many faiths. I believe in a country that is equally welcome to all. That's it for the cold cut repertoire. I'm already planning our live show from the Rose Garden at the White House. Having the next president in your pocket is kinda nice. You son of a bitch. Independence warm to Westphall. Strong showing on cold cut repertoire wins independence. Yeah. Alright, that was fun. Now let's go back to the cash cow. And if that opportunity is still there in North Carolina, we might pay it a visit. But for now, there are some advertisements that need making. I'm gonna cake this thing in advertisements. Next up, you know what? I favor alternative energy. It's a good thing. It's a valuable thing. I'm gonna raise some money. But my opponent, he opposes alternative energy. That bastard. How could he? And now I'm going to North Carolina. Let's see what this opportunity is. Yay! Old people! Fucking old people. God damn it. It's like Theodore Roosevelt knows, man. Alright. We're going back to California. Fuck this shit. You know what? You know what? You know what? Let's see here. What else do I favor? I oppose bank bailouts. If they can't make money, then fuck them. But my opponent, he approves of bank bailouts. That bastard. That's right. You tell him, television ads. Yes, the old guy's shitty green is like, I'm about to waste your time. Yes, I am. I don't feel like I guess I could hire her. How's my awareness doing in Texas? Not that good. Let's go ahead and hire a consultant. Where is she? There she is. We're sending her to Texas, so she can slowly raise my awareness there. You gotta get out the vote, man. Get out the vote. And let's see here. What's the state wealth look like? Alright, I want to go to New York to raise money. I've been bleeding California dry. Oh, Theodore Roosevelt won the endorsement of another group. There's not that many more groups to win endorsement from. He won the support of the National Union Action Network, which is a Democratic group. There is a question mark up there, which I think Teddy's about to grab. Yep, he did. Figured I'd show him in motion there. I could have gone up there first and beaten him to it, but you know, what the hell. It's okay, I'm live streaming. It's perfectly fine. Right, I wanted to raise money. So we'll do that. But first we'll give a speech. You know what? I oppose bank bailouts. And now, give me your money, New York. All of it. Good. 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 Money. Yes. We go ahead and win the endorsement of the National Organization for the support of... Ah, I'm missing 1 point. Okay. I'll do that next turn, then. Alright, we've done enough. Feel that their political views affected by television ads? Oh, yes, of course. Of course. Let's see, what else do I care about? That's completely, Here we go. This is rhetoric. You know, this is political rhetoric right here. I oppose high gas prices. But my opponent, he favors high gas prices, that bastard. Oh man, I love the bullshit in this game. How could he? Was Obamacare around in 2012? If you have to ask, you'll never know, right? I don't feel like hiring a fixer. There's no one exactly I want to get rid of. You know what, actually, we'll get rid of SKS. We'll eliminate an operative. Dun da da! Dun da da! Oops! Scandalmonger withdraws from election campaign. I can't imagine why he would have done such a thing. Oh, man. That was awesome. We go ahead and we'll create another advertisement about, let's see. I support Israel. Yes. And now I'm going to Florida. Go ahead and click next turn. Oh, another interview opportunity has appeared. I'm going to go ahead and give a speech saying that, you know, I favor the deficit reduction, goddammit. And now, there's not a whole lot of money to be raised here in Florida, unfortunately. The old people don't want to give anyway. The O'Malley scenario. You know, just because I'm recording this, you know, I'm doing a live broadcast, I'll fucking go to the O'Malley scenario. This is a terrible idea. This is a show with a very broad audience. The questions are not as difficult as Nighttime, but are more direct. O'Malley will ask questions that the folks are interested in learning more about. Be aware of giving vague answers to any of his questions, as he is likely to call you on avoiding answers which will damage your candidate's credibility rating. If your campaign is interested in providing honest answers and you're comfortable with answering all questions frankly, make sure you accept any invitations to be on the O'Malley scenario. If your campaign is relying on pure charisma and vagueness on issues to get by, avoid this show. Let's do it! Tonight, two of the most important people in the country go head-to-head, and later I tell you why the left is wrong. I'm Bill O'Malley, and you're watching The Scenario. The next president is going to have to deal with illegal immigration. If you're president, are you going to crack down on these sanctuary cities? You just recorded this last night, Jack D23. That's good. I'm glad you got use out of the game. Let's see here. What are my choices? Sanctuary cities will be evaluated. We will end sanctuary cities. No. No, I'm not. I'm not going to target them. Sometimes you have two competing values. We want immigrants to be able to feel safe in reporting crimes. This, it's a wishy-washy answer. The government wastes billions of dollars. But that's not the worst of it. The government loses billions of dollars too. Literally has no idea where it went. That's why I hate seeing the government being put in charge of anything that isn't necessary. It's just so wasteful and corrupt. What's your take on it? Let's see here. Big government is bad, it cost us our freedom. Bigger government. The government is true, but it is at least relatively unbiased compared to private companies who are driven by the market. The government works for the people. I'd like to extend a special thanks to our guest for the opportunity to allow me to teach a future president something. I'm Bill O'Malley. Thanks for watching. Westphall rallies base, voters pleased with showing on the O'Malley scenario. You're goddamn right they are. I'm gonna go ahead and pop into Texas and say hello. Hello! And then I'm going to New York. That's great, Jack. Also, let's win the endorsement of the National Civil Liberties Union, which is an organization dedicated to protecting the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Hooray! There's only one group left. Teddy Roosevelt will get to that group first. So I might just destroy this. Well, it also does show random events there to be positive or negative. I might keep it there. It is Texas. Let's go! Go ahead and do some fundraising here. Collect their money. And then we will... How's Texas looking? We'll fundraise again. We'll pop in on Texas. Hello! How you guys in Texas doing? Awesome. Now I'm going back to California. We need more political advertisements. Yes. Let's see here. I want a spin doctor. And I want him to be in Texas. Fantastic. We'll go ahead and end the turn there. Go ahead and create some advertisements, because that is our birthright to do. What else do I care about? You know, my opponent opposes supporting Israel. Oh, and Teddy Roosevelt has won the endorsement of the National Organization for the Support of Colored People. There are no more endorsements to be won now. All the political clout will not be useful. Is there a way to win without... Win without fundraising? Do you not understand how politics works, mage friend? Win without fundraising in politics? What? Is there a way to win without fundraising that I know of? No. From where would the money come? You need money at the start to be able to build anything that gives you, like the campaign headquarters, and those only help you, like, keep afloat. You could give speeches, but it costs a little bit of money to fly from state to state. It costs money to support advertisements. Whenever you pick your vice president, he'll give you an extra influx of cash as well. But, win without talking? I mean, you can certainly win the game without me stacking my advertisements in one state like this, but it's something I choose to do. Because I like to do it. And, you know, California is, you know, not someplace I really need to stack the advertisements anyway. It's just me being lazy. Besides, the advertisements there fall under the protection of my webmaster, which actually decreases the cost of advertisements by 75%. The silent president. I mean, you need all the tools in your repertoire because your opponent, especially on the higher difficulty, is certainly going to use them. So why not you? Let's see here. Back to the game. You know, I favor supporting Israel. And, what was that down there? I favor the environment. But you know, fucking Theodore Roosevelt, he opposes the environment. Can you believe that asshole? He is so rude. Hi, Texas. Remember me? Going back to California. Oh, the campaign continues to move forward as candidates choose their running mates this week. Well, I think I need someone who's going to help me defeat Theodore Roosevelt, who's actually moving there in the background. We've got Al Franken. No. Al Gore. No. Barack Obama. No. Bill Clinton. No. No. Not you. Not you. Nice try. Definitely not you. And most certainly not you. We need the powers of Thomas Jefferson himself. Your running mate is used to give awareness bonuses to the state they're in and all nearby states. You'll notice we also have a lot more money. Teddy Roosevelt's running mate is Donald Trump. Oh, Teddy. Teddy, what are you doing? You'd been better off choosing Sarah Palin. Teddy. What are you doing, Teddy? God damn it, Theo. Alright. Now that we have even more cash, you better believe I'm gonna use it for fun and profit. What crazy advertisements can I make? Let's see here. Something that'll be perfectly, you know... Here we go. I favor the war on terror. But you know, my opponent... You're not even gonna believe this. My opponent opposes the war on terror. Yes, he does. And... I oppose the outsourcing of jobs. But you know, my opponent... He favors the outsourcing of jobs. Where is it? Where is it? Yes, he does. And yes, folks, this is what I did to SKS in that Political Machine 2012 game he and I played against each other. You'll recall I just snowballed him with money. It's Teddy's trump card. Oh, that was bad. You son of a bitch. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. I choose to imagine that when my candidate's flying to Texas, he's only doing it for barbecue. I'd rather... I suppose that'll work. Really, I could choose my home state of South Carolina, or his home state. Woohoo! Westphall continues to lead in polls, keeping a fair distance between himself and his opponent. Wyatt Westphall has continued to reign supreme in the polls through the first half of the election cycle. It's a real thrill to see these kinds of numbers come in, one of Westphall's aides told us this week. We can only hope this trend continues right through the election night. Over at the Theodore Roosevelt camp, political consultants are working overtime to find a chink in Westphall's armor. We still have half of the campaign to bring our numbers up, one staff member noted. We are all optimistic and our message is a good one. Don't count Roosevelt out of the running yet. That's right. Don't you do it. I'm going to go ahead and hire a smear merchant here, and I'm going to send him to Texas. Now I'm actually going to fly back to Texas myself. Because now, with 100% awareness here, it's time to do some fundraising. I need your money, Texas. Give it to me. Yes. Grimith will mess with Texas. Will California win America? No one knows. How long is the stream on? Roughly until about 7:30. Let's see here. There's a potential question mark site there. I'm not going to rush towards it. I'll go ahead and take my time. We got to create some more ads. I mean, let's see here. I favor traditional values. Oh, and my opponent got a PR consultant. But you know, my opponent, he opposes traditional values. What does traditional values even mean? No one knows. You know, let's see here. I oppose the outsourcing of jobs. Yes. Yes! Look at it! Look at it! So much of the country is in purple. There's a lot of blue, staying strong, particularly the East Coast. Yeah! It's because my awareness is so high. It's increasing. Of course, he has a lot of good awareness himself, due to all the endorsements he's gotten. I don't have that many endorsements, so I'm relying on the power of money. Money is very powerful. Consult your doctor before use. And I don't have that much weekly income anymore. I've kind of burned through it with all these goddamn ads. There we go, there's the webmaster. The webmaster is very important to this operation. If he went, that 75% decrease in advertising maintenance costs would go with him. Let's see here. What do I want to do? 5 points. I obviously need to raise money somewhere else, but I don't have a lot of great states to do that in anymore. I've used a lot in... well, in New York. Florida doesn't have that much. I've done a lot in California as well. I'll write a speech. Did you know that I oppose high gas prices? That's right, I do. Alright, let's go ahead and do some fundraising here. Still making $250,000 each time. It's not bad, but it could be better. Texas, what do you got for me on yours? Roughly $250,000 as well. New York, what do you got for me on your values? That's even worse. We're not fundraising here anymore. Except for this turn. The District of Columbia is not a state. As for its location, obviously it does get a little bit of something something, but it's not someplace you can visit. It's of course right in there. It's just not an important destination to go to. Thomas Jefferson will look over that for us. True story. I count on Thomas Jefferson. I can trust him. Theodore Roosevelt complains of needing more money. That pussy. Maybe you should have been awesome like me. Let's go ahead and head to Florida here. Yeah, not a great place to fundraise anymore. I thought so. In that case, we're putting our trust in Texas. I can do that. Give me that money. I haven't made any advertisements in a while, but that's okay. Not a problem. I obviously have enough political capital to, we'll make another Intimidator. We'll put him here. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be winning Texas, but it's a thing. Cheerleader doubles all of your opponent's awareness gains in target state. I have a cheerleader, apparently. Well, working against me. Fucking cheerleaders. I'll show you, lady. You just wait. I got the goods. Oh, we got another interview appearance. We'll go to that later. For now, more advertisements. You know, I can't say I oppose video game violence. We'll just not talk about that issue. I favor law enforcement. But you know, Teddy Roosevelt? He opposes law enforcement. Can you believe that? Theodore Roosevelt opposes law enforcement. Crazy, I know. Stranger than fiction. Absolutely. Behold my rhetoric. Is it not glorious? By the way, my opponent also opposes deficit reduction. And he also opposes reducing unemployment. And now, this interview is the cold cut repertoire again, so we'll be going back there. Whee! Teddy should also favor video game violence, yes. Yes, yes. Tonight on the Cold Cut Repertoire, in a meeting that will surely go down in history, two great people sit down to answer tough questions. One of them might be the next president, and the other one might be me. Oops. Let's cut right to the chase. If you are elected, how many days will it take the US to invade Iran? Or are you one of those America-hating peaceniks? Say. No. Say, I'm certainly not ruling out military involvement in Iran. However, I don't think things have reached a point where we have to resort to violence. People hated that. That was like, that's dumb. We don't want to hear that. We hear a lot of crybabies complaining about the price of health insurance and how Obamacare will solve all our problems. I see it as one more step towards a Canadian-style communist regime. What's your take? I'm going to pick this. Do we really want to be more like Canada? The people who really want it can just go up to Canada and get it. They hardly patrol their borders at all. That's it for the Cold Cut Repertoire. Tune in next week to find out who will be the president in 2012. Interview disaster for Westphall. Pundits wonder about the sanity of Westphall. What, I can't be satirical and funny? When I'm on a satirical comedy show? Come on. Come on. Dumb game is dumb. Alright. Anyway. Weekly news wrap up. We can see I have a lot of advertisements I've made. About various things. Television viewers across the nation this week were treated to a painful interview on Cold Cut, where political candidate Wyatt Westphall made several foot-in-the-mouth responses to questions, leaving experts bewildered, constituents horrified, and members of the Roosevelt campaign giggling with delight. "We can't believe how bad he blew it," said a Roosevelt staff member, who declined to be identified. "With some of the answers Westphall gave, it was almost like he was on our team. It was fabulous." I got this in the bag. Nothing could go wrong. Plenty of things could go wrong. This is America. America. Yeah. America. Let's see here. Clearly, we don't have a whole lot of monetary support. I might have to run around sobbing profusely. That's what happens, right? I have fundraised in California 18 times. There's not a lot of money left. Texas, save me! TV ads gave me an impressive lead. That doesn't mean that can't change. I might put foot in my mouth a bunch of times. Who knows? What we need is more money! Give me that fat loot. Loot is fat. Also, I want to fix her. You had that cheerleader? That's all fine and well? Until now. Cheerleader withdrawals from election campaign. Just like SKS did. Haha! You can see that Roosevelt has stationed in his own advertisements. Look at him. He doesn't have a webmaster there, though. Hello. How you little bobbleheads doing? You know, Political Machine 2008 really taught me about the power of advertisements when I was having some difficulty. Actually, a lot of difficulty beating the harder candidates. And I'm glad to see that strategy carried over to 2012. Let's go ahead and raise even more money. Now, I'm going to go ahead and donate a point to charity here. We need to fundraise somewhere else. We're going to go back to New York and bleed it dry forever, even though I said I wouldn't come back here. Teddy Roosevelt got a fashion consultant. That's great. Good job, Theo. Theo! Alright, now we're never going back there for realsies. But we will visit this opportunity. See what it is. Hello! Movie director, which halves cost of ad creation in target state for you? You know, my opponent opposes deficit reduction. Did you know my opponent opposes reducing unemployment? Did you know my opponent opposes alternative energy? Did you know my opponent opposes supporting Israel? I am losing money per week. Oh, man. States are pretty divided, man. It's because I keep putting all the advertisements in California. But why the fuck not, right? I'll go ahead and donate those 2 stamina points to charity. Now we've got, did you know my opponent opposes... Excuse me, my opponent favors the outsourcing of jobs, which raises their Republican appeal, but whatever. Did you know my opponent, he favors high gas prices? Did you know that my opponent favors... Excuse me, he opposes the war on terror? Did you know my opponent, he opposes green jobs? Teddy called and said his PR consultants. Shoot, you've made so many ads against him, why not just make a movie titled Why Theodore Sucks? Oh, minus 48,000 per week. Not good. We have another person we can hire, but I'll save that for the time being. Weekly news wrap-up. Roosevelt starting to sweat as Westphall continues lead. Keeping a fair distance between himself and his opponent, Wyatt Westphall has continued to reign supreme in the polls for the first 3 quarters of the election cycle. It's a real thrill to see these kinds of numbers come in, one of Westphall's aides told us this week. We can only hope this trend continues right through to election night. Over the Theodore Roosevelt, political consultants are working overtime to find a chink in Westphall's armor. We still have half of the... Oh, that's a repeat. It's not even true. We're 3/4 of the way through this game, Theodore Roosevelt. What you got? I got a movie maker. See, it's just a shame I didn't get him so much sooner, right, guys? Just a shame. Look at the more details thing here. You know, I've slandered him so much. I have been. I have been. How are the polls looking here? I'm leading in reducing unemployment. Roosevelt is leading in tax cuts. I'm leading in deficit reduction. Roosevelt's leading on the Obamacare issue. I haven't really spoken about that. I lead on gay marriage. I lead on abortion rights. I lead on the environment. He leads on a Christian maker, nation and the Fast and Furious inquiry, and I lead on a military strike on Iran. Currently, I would win the presidential election, and I have definitely spent a lot more money than him. I haven't spent more political... Well, maybe I have. It's possible. Because he's had to use so few political PR clout to get his fucking endorsements, because he has so much more experience. Let's see here. That assets thing. Opponent assets. He doesn't have a whole lot compared to me. Oh well. It's fine. But my assets. How much does that shit cost me? Yep, 7,000 a week. Weekly totals, my expenses are far higher than my income, but that's perfectly fine. Is there any place I can boost awareness of milk for money? My awareness is not perfect throughout all 50 states. It's mainly just the power of the television ads seeping over into other states. In regards of money, though, I've built Texas, I've built New York, I've built Florida. I haven't been to Illinois. You know, we'll actually visit a bunch of different states. Let's go to Illinois. What you guys got? Hello, Illinois. What's up? My awareness isn't even perfect here. Well, we need to fix that. I favor deficit reduction. Did you know that? I also oppose tax cuts. Not that much. I'll just tour across the nation. Oh, he built himself. Oh, did he upgrade that? So that he can get even more political clout that he doesn't need? Interesting. Roosevelt knows. Minus 830,000. Nope. 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 Nope, 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 nope. Let's fix that. Oh, God. Oh, goodness. Let's, we can go back to, Texas and do some fundraising. Teddy just found a chink fuck tours. I need to be a webmaster. That's right. You can't be taking out the webmaster in the state where I have all of those very, very expensive advertisements. That would be the problem with this strategy, folks. Trying to browbeat the AI with tons of TV. It's not sustainable without the webmaster. It's just not. Whew. Okay. Let's go ahead and visit some states. We'll be visiting Barry King live, which won't be that much of a problem. Go ahead and pop in. It's a softer show. Tonight on Barry King Live, I may or may not forget who my guests are, resulting in upwards of 30 seconds of awkward silence. The lovely woman who watches my grandkids, it's Rosa Rosita or something like that, she's worried that she'll be kicked out of this country. I don't know about you, but the world would be a less interesting place for me if I didn't have someone around to raise my kids. What's your stance on amnesty for illegal immigrants? See... Now to even have a green card, I'm able to run for president. How messed up is that? No amnesty. I fully support an amnesty program for immigrants who have established ties to the community through family or jobs. It's good for the economy and improves the social fabric of our great nation. A soldier writes in from Afghanistan, "Help!" How do you respond to a powerful statement like that? Vote for me, please. Say, we're there until the job's done and we won. There'll be no cutting or running. People hated that, but, you know, that's fine. Independence still warm to me because I made brave answers. I'll give a speech now. You know what? I favor reducing unemployment. I favor deficit reduction. And give me your money. Only $36,000. Best fundraiser ever. No fundraising in Oklahoma, everyone. It's a terrible idea. Alright. Let's go in. We'll just poke our heads in some other states. There is an opportunity there, which Teddy just grabbed. You can get a rich donor who will give some money to you. You know, he's got a lot of awareness throughout all these other places, through all the endorsements he has. And that is a problem. It'd be better if I spread out my advertisement, or at the very least spread out, I can move Thomas Jefferson here. Tell you what, why don't you go to here? Why don't you go to Iowa? You know, that state that doesn't matter according to Executive Suite. Stop in, say hello to the kids. Hello! How about a speech? I favor deficit reduction. Did you know that? A speech here. Did you know that I favor deficit reduction? I do. It's great. As long as he doesn't take out your webmaster again. Let's see. Did you know that I favor reducing unemployment? I do. Hey, you guys. Did you know that I favor deficit reduction? No! Movie director withdrawals from election campaign. You took away my movie director. How will I make cheap advertisements now? You son of a bitch. You realized I could bring the webmaster back. Hey, Nebraska. What's going on, guys? Oh. Hey, I favor reducing unemployment, just so you know. South Dakota. Hey. I favor reducing unemployment. That matters. Let's go ahead and visit a bunch of states. We'll visit up here. And then we'll visit Wisconsin for another Barry King live appearance. Yay! Tonight on Barry King Live, we celebrate our 1 millionth episode on the air. Funny, feels like just like the last millennia that we started. There isn't a more polarizing topic these days than abortion or a woman's right to choose. It's framed as pro-choice on one side and pro-life on the other. And now we have even more controversial procedures. The news, the partial birth abortions. What are your thoughts? You can say that you do oppose reducing unemployment. That makes you universally disliked. Let's see here. Mandatory abortions for everyone? You know overpopulation is a real problem these days. While I'm in office, all pregnancies will be terminated, no exception. You know, this is how I feel in many video games. See King of Dragon Pass. The chat's all like, do it! Do it! Do it! I've known plenty of great people over the course of my decades of award-winning reporting. You're clearly a great person. What makes you so great? Let's see. My greatness, my compassion, my strength, my integrity. Lukewarm response. Westphall alienates base. You see, I've made the states redder because of what I said. I would forbid pregnancies. No children. None. No babies. No babies. Babies are dangerous. They're leeches, consumers of resources. It's unacceptable. Alright, let's go ahead and write some speeches. I favor reducing unemployment, but my opponent opposes reducing unemployment. Vote for me. I will now fundraise. And we'll go back to... Theodore Roosevelt's made it a lot closer now. He's gotten closer in the polls. I haven't been able to keep berating everybody with a steady stream of money. All of his endorsements have made life a little bit difficult for me. True facts. Let's see here. Special interest, hire operative. Go ahead and hire an intimidator here. Gonna go ahead and hire a consultant here. I'm gonna hire a No one here, because I need to make sure I can rehire the webmaster. Those are just polls, folks. Polls can be wrong. And even then, that's only a popular vote. Electoral college is what's needed. How do you know not people like babies who knew? I know! It's terrible. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So I go ahead and create an advertisement. I favor reducing unemployment, just so you all know. It's a thing. There's not enough money! Not enough money! I've bled California dry! I bled it dry! Texas! Texas! Save me! But you know, I also support the war on terror. Keep the dream alive. Oh no, I bled California dry. I really did. I took all of their money. I love how I'm talking about eliminating the deficit in this nation when the campaign itself is actually running a deficit. Fuck! Why did this appear? I don't want it to appear. Go away. Alright. So go ahead and fundraise here twice. And we're gonna go back to California to make my stand. Whew. Apparently all these televisions and, over here haven't exactly been as helpful as I would have liked. We clearly need a spin doctor over here. And that's all we can get for now. Alright. With Wyatt, Westphall, and Theodore Roosevelt starting to feel the burn of 41 weeks, the two candidates are forced to push for one more week of last-minute vote-grabbing. Hands will be shaken, babies will be kissed, promises will be made, but will it all capture enough votes to bring home the presidency? We'll know in a week. Oh, goodness. Create an ad. Say, my opponent favors tax cuts. Just so you know, he's a terrible person. I have fundraised in California 23 times. There is no money left. None. Let's see here. I'm gonna stop in Texas one more time. And I give a speech about deficit reduction. Influence the issues there. Gonna stop in Florida. And then, I'm going back to South Carolina for the end. And a smear merchant to go to Florida. Alright. Here we go. And, as is natural, I take the Northeast, including the very valuable New York. Almost all the Northeast, anyway. I got South Carolina. Teddy got, North Carolina. I took Virginia, which is Thomas Jefferson State. Keep in mind that Donald Trump is also based in New York, too, so I took it from them both. He got Florida. He's collecting the South, as a Republican would, but I got Ohio, damn it. And I got Illinois. Shit. Of course, he's gonna get Texas as well. He's picking up these little fucking states in the Midwest now. I got a few coming up. He's gonna have Texas. Bam! but I will have California without a doubt. He's picking up these other fucking states, transitioning. He's actually taking the lead and goddamn votes. That bastard. I pick up Nevada, claim the West Coast, and seize the very powerful California. A very close race, Theodore Roosevelt, with all of your fucking political endorsements. Westphall has won the day in the presidency with a strong showing in both the popular vote and the electoral college. One of the deciding factors in Westphall's victory was his use of political capital, which he used more extensively than Roosevelt. Westphall spent more money than Roosevelt. Money may not buy you love, but it can apparently buy you votes. I had over 100 million people vote for me. The exit polls show 291 electoral votes to 247. I got over 100 million votes. He got 85 million. I spent roughly about $8 million more than Teddy did. The final issues, reducing unemployment, was what the people cared about the most, and I had a great leader on that. Tax cuts was the second most important, and Roosevelt slightly beat me on that. I had the deficit reduction, he had Obamacare. I crushed on gay marriage and the environment, as well as abortion rights. But he had a Christian nation as well as the Fast and Furious inquiry, and I led on military strike on Iran. And now that I've won, I can cancel all of those fucking ads. The final map shows here that, you know, again, I did win the popular vote too, which is nice, but, I also won the key states, California, of course, being the most important due to the amount of electoral votes they're worth. I didn't win Texas. You know, that's perfectly understandable. Good times. Fuck you, bobbleheads. The fact that I won while promising that there will be no more children allowed is just... That's right. I won despite the fact that no more children would be allowed while I was president. Now, again, how can that statement be taken seriously? How do I plan on going about enacting that? Apparently the voters will just believe whatever spouts to mind. Apparently you're not allowed to make satirical comments in life. That's what I've learned. All the bobbleheads agree. Isn't that right? Yep. Way. The difficulty setting was normal, Jack. And thus the childless years began in America. Well, clearly they're consuming our resources. I mean, we see what's happening in our great nation now with all the baby boomers getting older and older. This game wonderfully represents how the American elections work. Oh, god damn it. So there you go, folks. Allow yourselves to see yourselves in the chat. Ah, that was fun. Oh, and of course that didn't take up that much time either. I apparently didn't drop any more frames. Hooray! Oh. I also didn't drink any of my glass of milk, so I have no excuse to walk away from the computer. Anyway, what's going to happen is that I'm going to stop the stream. I will have it be a break for like 3 to 4 minutes. And then when we come back, I'll be playing a completely different game that I haven't decided on playing until during the break. Hooray! Have I played Democracy 3 yet? No.